Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. This video is about Bugout Preparations. Should you be doing it? Should you be looking into it under the current circumstances? But first, if you guys like the videos, please subscribe, hit the like button, comment below, and ring the bell notification thing. If you guys like the channel, please help me out with those things. It really helps out the channel and the channel's growth. So we're doing really well. Just did the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, waiting on those people to respond to me so I can ship those things out for them. So I thought that was pretty cool. Super excited, and we're doing well. So the topic of this video is bugging out. Basically, with everything going on right now, I'm thinking about, all right, what is the viability of bugging out? What do we need to do right now? Well, this is such a very personal question. Obviously, I can't answer it for you. But there's a lot of factors involved. Most of them being, do you have a bug out location? Do you have a place to go? Do you already have structures there? Do you already have stuff stored there? That kind of stuff. As well as, do you own the property? Have you, like I talk about in my bugging out to the National Forest videos, do you have at least scouted the area, figured it out, started to prep the area, different things like that, and no matter what area you're going to. Oh, and so if you want more specific information also about bugging out and what I've talked about in the past, check out the Bug Out playlist. It's got a bunch of good videos in there with additional information. But mainly what I'm going to talk about today is with the current situation with this, virus going around, are we or do we need to be bugging out? And mainly, what we need to do now. Everybody's situation is different, like I said. I can't tell you what to do. But here's what I think you should be doing. I think everybody needs to be doing kind of what my family and I are doing. Making preparations. Gathering stuff up, inventorying stuff, making your plans, getting everything set, talking with your mag, your family members, your neighbors, whoever it is that might be going with you. Making plans and double checking your comms, making sure you're able to communicate when we need to go. Keeping your eyes and ears open to the news and all different sources of news so that you can make an educated decision on when it is appropriate for you to bug out. Gathering up your stuff and making it more readily accessible to bug out more quickly if the need be. And a lot of this hinges on the fact of whether you have a bug out location or not. And what level of bug out plans you have. Do you have a fully stocked cabin on a bunch of acres on top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere? You may not. I do. So I know where I'm going if I need to go there. Also think about your job. Would it be walking away from your job? Would it be a leave of absence? Would it be taking leave, vacation time, whatever you call it? And can you support that? There's a lot of variables here, and I don't have all the answers for you. We're all in completely different situations. I don't have much vacation time, sick time, or regular time because I have to use it all the time to take care of my wife who has lupus, going to every single different ologist under the sun. There's so many ologists out there, all the specialists and stuff like that, and we've been to so many of them because of all the wonderful, side effects and side things and minor, like ancillary diseases you get along with it. It's just wonderful. Not. So, I have to judge of going without pay or seeing if I can get advanced sick time or whatever it may be. Because as of right now, my current situation, I can't just quit. Unfortunately, I would love to just quit and go to a get on our homestead somewhere, whether it be our mountain or somewhere else. But we all can't do that. We all have work, we all have responsibilities to take care of our families. So think about these things and how they apply to you. Think about um, what you have as far as your preps. How much space will it take in your vehicle? If you've practiced bugging out, like I suggest in some of my bugging out vehicle or bugging out videos, then you'll know how much space it takes and whether you have the capability of taking it in whatever vehicle you may have, or if you have like a truck or SUV or something like that, and you'll have to rent a U-Haul little cargo trailer, or if you have a cargo trailer or a fifth wheel or a flat tow, whatever it may be, camper or something like that. Do you have the capability of taking it all your preps? Or if you don't, how much of your preps can you take with you? And is it reasonable, or would you be in a good situation if you did? If not, it may be better to stay in place, stay put, shelter in place. I think that's generally probably the best idea for most people, unless we have complete and utter societal breakdown, rioting, looting, all these crazy things, and people going psycho, which may happen. I mean, the way people are acting already is pretty crazy with the number of deaths we have. Once they start getting into the hundreds or thousands, wow, man, it could get really crazy out there. So at least look into securing yourself where you're at and what options you have bugging out. If you haven't done any research and you have no bug out plans whatsoever, you have no capability, start looking at what options are there. Where is the closest rural area to you? Forested area, national forest, national park, something like that. State forest, state park, something. I wouldn't suggest checking out private land because things are going south. You're not going to be welcome there, especially if you're going rural. Those farmers are going to come out with their guns and drive you off their land maybe, unless you convince them that you can be an asset to them in their area, which may be an option also. But at least start looking into these areas, doing some research, going to them, checking them out. If you have no plans whatsoever, at least go and do some reconnaissance. Check out some areas, start scouting them. What kind of natural resources are there? What kind of area is it? What's the viability for long-term survival? A lot of different things that we need to be thinking about now. And the more preparations we can make now, the more we can have our stuff ready to go, the better off we'll be. We don't want to have to try to figure this all out when S is hitting the fan, or rule of law is breaking down, and then you have to try to figure everything out. No, that is not a good option. You're not going to do well. Even if you think, like I live in Washington. Oh, I'll just go up in the Olympic Mountains and I'll be fine. And even if you got a big, huge cargo trailer full of preps, say you got 2 years worth of food and stuff and water. Well, you can't have 2 years of water. You have 2 years of food and a bunch of water and supplies and all the things. And then, I'm just going to head up in the Olympic Mountains. Okay, sure. And then when it breaks down, you head up in the Olympic Mountains. And you find that everybody else did the same thing and already has occupied something. Or they start shooting at you or something like that. And then you're stuck on this old logging road on the side of a cliff with nowhere to go, receiving fire from above, and you're pulling a trailer. There's no way you're going to back down. There's just no way. It's a sheer cliff with a 1,000-foot drop on one side and a couple 100-foot sheer face on the other side. You don't want to be in that situation because you won't know unless you've checked it out, you've scouted the area beforehand. And even if you've done it beforehand, you may still end up in a bad area. That's why it's best to have your bug out location, to own it, to go to it often. That's where you can practice all your preps. It's where you can make prepping fun. Go there as a vacation. Go there for a weekend. Go camping with the family. And I know it's expensive. I know there's costs involved, with buying land and putting up a structure or stuff like that, or at least having stuff ready to put a structure up on the land you own. I know this. It's all those things we need to try to work towards. I'm not saying you go out to be perfect preppers. I'm far from the perfect prepper. I have lots of flaws, and I work on things all the time to plug holes, to fill holes, to top things off, stuff like that. But we need to be making plans now to bug out. even if our primary thing is to bug in. My primary thing is right now just to bug in, just to sit here and chill and watch the crazies go around me, do their thing, whatever. I can just sit at home while they riot and loot stores, whatever. I don't care. Um, but if it de-evolves into a situation where in your area you have to get out, you're forced out, the more plans you make now, the more idea you have, the better off you'll be. If you know, better chance you'll have of surviving it. Um, so please start, inventorying your stuff, making plans, checking out your vehicle, just figure out all this stuff that applies to you, because it's just different from me. I mean, I have a fifth wheel trailer that I can load up with supplies. I have a 1-ton, truck with a fifth wheel hitch. I can pull whatever anywhere. That's the joy of having a big diesel truck. Also, I can pretty much tow anything. You may not have all that. You may just have an SUV, or hopefully you have more than just a car. Hopefully you have a pickup truck or an SUV, so you can fit more stuff in it, or a van, even a minivan. You can fit a lot of preps in the back of a minivan. No, I wouldn't say it's the best option, but load up, figure out, maybe start practicing when you got time off or on weekends now. Start practicing, see how much of your preps can go into your vehicle or whatever it is you have, and then prioritize those preps with what needs to go first: food, water, guns, ammo, magazines, tactical gear, camping supplies, etc. And I didn't put those in order. Don't take that to be an order of precedence. But I would say yes, food would be the first, one of the first, food and water. And then after that, yeah, you got to have a way to protect it. So firearms and accoutrements, magazines, ammo, tactical gear, stuff like that. So that's a rough, my little order of things. It may not be yours. And this is also the importance of having a mag and having your communication lines, talking with your group members, figuring, okay, what are their plans? When are they going to go? What do they need to do? All this stuff like that. Are they going to shelter in place? Calm plans about checking on each other and setting up all this, just all these things. This is just my way of empowering you to think for yourselves, to get that, like I always say, plant that seed in your brain, get you guys thinking, get you guys down the right path so that you can start doing this stuff yourself, figure out your stuff yourself, what is applicable to you and your situation, because I can't answer that. I always say that. I'll never tell you I have the answer for you, because I don't. People that do are liars, plain and simple. Nobody has the answer specifically for you unless they live right there and they're exactly the same situation, age, health, everything, and that's impossible. So I hope you guys liked the video. Hope you got something out of it. It's just something we need to think about nowadays with all this stuff going on. Be ready to bug out if you have to. But I think the better choice is shelter in place. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.